Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. For today's video, I'm going to be doing the next installment of watching as many first-time non-cinema viewings as I can in 2026. So this is going to be movies 6 through 10. I ended up having a impromptu movie marathon a couple of days ago by the time this video goes up. So sort of why I have another video in this series so quickly. I watched a lot of first-time viewings. And yeah, so I thought I would just go through the next batch. Some of them of the first time viewings will cross over into the next video because I do have I have one movie that I watched on Netflix, and then the first half of the movies that I managed to watch over the couple of days that I was having a first time viewings binge. So anyway, I'm just going to get straight into it, and starting off with the streaming movie that I watched on Netflix, and that was People We Meet on Vacation. I was looking forward to this because I loved the book. I was a little disappointed, if I'm being perfectly honest. Don't get me wrong, it was a cute movie. I could see why people would love this, especially if they haven't read the book, but they made a lot of changes from the book to the movie, which is to be expected when there is a book to movie adaptation, but I felt like they changed so much and it really stripped away who Alex and Poppy were for their personalities. We didn't really get to see that connection and that growth, and I'm really sad we missed out on a lot of their vacations where we do see that development. And yeah, there was just a lot of changes I didn't really like. I also, this might be a bit controversial, I didn't really like Tom Blythe, I think that's his name. I didn't like him as Alex. He wasn't given a lot of material to work with, but his performance came off as really wooden, and Alex is really shy and awkward, and yeah, I didn't really buy that from him. Emily Bader, she was fantastic as Poppy. I loved her as Poppy. But yeah, I just didn't buy Tom Blythe as Alex, so that was a bit disappointing. But as a movie, I thought, as I said, I thought it was cute. I think it would have worked better as a limited series, to be perfectly honest, because then we could have gotten more of their vacations, because I think we only really got like 2 or 3. And then we sort of didn't see sort of that build up to what happened in Italy, because it was a lot of the tension was left over from the previous vacation, and we didn't have that one. So yeah, there was a lot of choices, like I guess continuity wise, that really doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless you read the book. I would recommend reading the book. The book's fantastic. That was a 5 out of 5 read for me. Unfortunately, the movie is only a 3.5. I mean, which is still a good rating. Yeah, I just wish they hadn't changed it so drastically, and maybe I will film a book to movie adaptation review just to sort of go through like the key changes. I'm sure this video has been done already, but I think yeah, that could be something different for this channel, doing book to movie adaptation reviews, because this is one of the few cases where I have actually read the book and like before I saw the movie. So yeah, so that was the first one that I watched. So, but it was nice to watch a 2026 movie release and be up to date with movie news, because I'm so out of the loop with movies because I haven't been able to go to the cinema like to watch it. So I'm glad this one actually did come to streaming, because it meant I could actually sit down and watch it. So that was the first one. Then this is moving into when I started my first time viewings movie marathon. And the first movie that I watched was 21 Bridges from 2019. This was a pretty decent crime thriller with Chadwick Boseman. I thought he did a really good job carrying the movie. It was quite predictable at times. Like, I could sort of see where the ending was going. And I felt the ending did let the movie down. The actual build up to that ending, though, that was really good. I love movies that take place within like a limited time. Like you have to have it, like you play it out in real time. I guess this is the closest thing I can describe it as. But yeah, I really liked that probably first half of the movie where they're trying to catch the perpetrators of this crime. And then we're slowly starting to, the more that Chadwick Boseman's character starts to dig into what's going on, he realizes there's a bigger conspiracy at play, because, you know, it's a crime movie dealing with cops. There's a conspiracy. But I enjoyed this one. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I could see myself revisiting this one a few years from now. The cast was excellent. I thought, as I said, Chadwick Boseman did an amazing job, and it was a pretty decent, and yeah, it had a really good cast. Sienna Miller and J.K. Simmons were both excellent as well, and this was a movie that I enjoyed watching. So the next movie that I watched is one that I was not expecting to love as much as I did, and that is Kiss of the Spider-Woman from 2025. My cinema never got this one, so I was waiting for it to drop to a decent price on Amazon Prime so I could rent it, and I'm so glad I did, because what a beautiful story this was. I had no idea what this movie actually was about. I've never seen the musical, never heard any of the songs, so I was going in completely blind to this one. But I was engrossed in the story from start to finish. It's one of those stories where it's a story within a story, and I love that. It reminded me a lot of Men of La Mancha in a way, and I was just so invested in the story and these characters, and it was tragic, and just seeing their relationship develop over the course of the movie. So what this one is basically, from my understanding, because the character's Melina, I believe they're biologically male, but they identify as female. I'm hoping I get the terms right, so I apologize if I misstep or misgender with this movie. It's I did look it up, but it was not 100%. Like they didn't 100% clarify it, so I believe, they want to be female and they address themselves as female. So I am going to use she pronouns for this, because that's, from my understanding, is how the character is. So basically she's arrested and she's thrown into a prison cell. This is set during the dictatorship in Argentina in the early 1980s, and she begins to develop a close bond to her roommate, who is a political activist, and he's played by, what's his name? Is it Diego Luna? Cassian from Andor, which I wasn't expecting, so that was a nice surprise, because I do love him in Andor. So, and they sort of, at first they're like, she's trying to engage him, but he wants nothing to do with her. And he's like, we're prison mates, that's it. And eventually she begins to win him over by telling him the story of the Kiss of the Spider-Woman, which, the name of the movie. And it's, so this one is a musical, because she's very, she loves Hollywood and music, and so she tells this story to, I can't remember what his name is in the movie, but her cellmate. She tells the story, and over the course of the movie they start to get close, and things just sort of take a turn, and I was not expecting that ending, but it was a beautiful ending, and I highly recommend everyone go see this. If there's one movie out of this lot that I would recommend people watch, it's Kiss of the Spider-Woman. Even if you're not a musical fan, go watch it. It's well worth your time. It's a 5 out of 5 stars, and one of the favorite movies that I've watched recently. Then the next movie that I watched after I was completely emotionally devastated by the end of Kiss of the Spider-Woman I watched The Philadelphia Story from 1940, which I'd never seen before, and, well, hence, I don't know why I said like never seen before, because that's the point of this video series. This one's a bit of an interesting one because I have seen High Society, which is a remake of The Philadelphia Story. The Philadelphia Story stars Katharine Hepburn, Cary Grant, and James Stewart. So you've got an all-star cast, like right there. You cannot go wrong with that cast. And I had a really good time watching this. It's just like a fun screwball comedy. And I knew the general story because I have, as I said, I've seen High Society, which is a musical adaptation of it. But it was sort of fun seeing the original, like, take. And yeah, and it was also fun because the main character's name is Tracy, which is my name, and it's also spelled correctly because I'm a CY and I don't see CY really anywhere because the common spelling seems to be CEY, but no, there was a character in a movie with my name, same spelling, and just played by Katharine Hepburn. So, I did like that, and it was a lot of fun. Just random hijinks in the lead up to, like Katharine Hepburn's character's wedding because she's divorced. There's still a lot of tension with her and her ex-husband because this is Hollywood in the 1940s, so divorce was obviously a very taboo subject, and because of what was the code? The Hays Code, I think it was, where if the character was divorced, they had to reconnect and, get remarried. Like, you couldn't have a divorced character in a movie. So that was really interesting sort of scene. And then over the course of the movie, which is interesting because you sort of have these characters, you've got a character divorce, but then there's so much drinking going on in these movies. So, which was quite interesting for a film set in 1940. So it was, there's just a lot of random hijinks, and I had, as I said, I had a fun time with it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then to finish off this round of movie reviews, I watched Up. Yes, I'd gone over 15 years without seeing this movie, and I think I'd been putting it off because I'd heard it was really sad, it was one of the saddest. There's a lot of sad moments in this one, and I was sobbing within the first 10 minutes, so I didn't stand a chance with this movie. But I loved this movie. This was such a beautiful story. I loved Carl and Russell and Kevin. It's really nice to have the context for who Kevin is, because I've watched a lot of Animal Kingdom vlogs from Disney World, and everyone's like, oh, there's Kevin, and I'm just like, I don't know who Kevin is, but now I know the context for that. So, but yes, it was just a fun, adventure-filled story, and I loved the ending. That was really sweet, and 5 out of 5 stars. I'm sort of, it's not my absolute favourite Pixar movie. I think that's still Toy Story, but I am going through the Pixar movies because I do want to eventually do a ranking video. Hopefully by the time Toy Story 5 comes out in June, I'll have actually watched all of them. So, but it was a beautiful story. I loved it. I'm really glad I've finally seen it. So there we have it. Those are the next 5 movies I have where I haven't seen before. So we're up to so the next batch will be 11 through 15. So, and I've already watched 3. I've got 3 movies to talk about in that one already. So I think it'll be sooner rather than later that you'll get that video. But thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!